We take care of the patients who come out of the emergency department that are not well enough to get discharged home, but not sick enough for inpatient hospital care. We used to be on the 5th floor, and that was a 12-bed unit. During COVID times, we found that we could not sustain that 12 beds, and so we moved down to the 1st floor. We doubled our beds in size, but our staff did not double. So really there was a lot of patients to care for and not a lot of staff to do it with.
When the time came to make that move, there were so few of us left from the clinical decision unit, and those were the ones who got the leadership roles. It was a struggle for the first several months. It felt like a hot zone. Nobody knew where anything was. Do we even have this? Do we ask another floor if we can borrow it? We're all learning how to be charge nurses at the same time as we're learning how to be team facilitators. We didn't have an educator, and we didn't have a leader.
When I first came on, it was described to me as the Wild Wild West.
A lot of people say we just ran around and did our best to take care of everyone with the limited resources we had.
As new leaders together, none of us having more experience at leadership than anybody else.
How were we gonna staff this unit? We couldn't staff a 12-bed unit, let alone a 25-bed unit.
We spent a lot of time as a leadership team really getting to know each other and the strengths that we brought, because each one of us brought a different perspective.
We all have very strong personalities, but they complement each other.
I know how I would want it to be from me, and I think each of us having that idea, it wasn't 4 or 5 months went by before we all realized we all wanted to do it the same way. We want people who work on this floor to feel like they belong there.
Between all of us on the leadership team, we had to coordinate 60 different interviews because we had so many open positions, and really define what it meant to be on this team. Our ideal team player is someone who is humble, hungry, and smart. And really that is the recipe that we took to those 60 interviews.
We got a chance to ask the questions of the new people, and then after the interview, we got to talk to each other about our preferences and what we liked and didn't like, and then we started making offers on nurses that we all agreed on. The ownership process was there.
The existing team members, they really rallied around the new folks that came in. There was no us and them, it was we. We are a team, and we are gonna go with each other on the journey, because the majority of our folks, they were new grads.
So we have a very young floor, but we all get along and work together, and we're all growing.
Things got easier and easier, and then people started asking if they could transfer to our unit.
Yes, we're working as a team, but we also are here to be your friend and to help you, and we want you to succeed and grow. And I think that is one of the big reasons why people want to come and be on our unit.
Working with them as a team, it's great. We all very much get along, and we're always joking, and I think we all have the same goal when it comes to leading for our staff members, to have like a fun but still safe and providing the best care for our patients.
I think that a big part of this success was the willingness of each and every leader to step in and say, I'm in.
When we first moved to 1st floor, individually as nurses who'd never been leadership before, came in our mind saying, I want to create that. I think that's what we created, and I think it is belonging.